Welcome back to Truly Bedrock. In the last video, I spent some time upgrading my shoes, or basically making new ones, as well as shovel and axe, and some bows as well. But as you can see, the shovel and the axe are very much lacking in netherite. So the aim of today's video, peeps, is to go to the nether and dig loads of netherite, which I'm sure might sound incredibly exciting and entertaining, or boring, depending on which way you look at it. So I've got a way to spruce it up, which is going to involve this stuff. So if I head over to my mob farm over here, we should find out, hopefully, fingers crossed, we got a whole bunch of this stuff, and that will allow us to do a whole bunch of blowing things up in the nether. What could possibly go wrong? Lighting TNT in order to find ancient debris. It's got to work well, because it rhymes, and that's how life works. So, let's go in here. Let's swim straight into my bubble elevator. Let's go all the way to the top of my mob farm area where my storage is. And let's see if I can find any gunpowder. There we go. We got a bunch here. So let's take 9 stacks of gunpowder. That should give us a reasonable amount of TNT. Let's go back down the little hole. Hopefully there will be powdered snow still under the carpet. There is. That's good. And let's fly over to here, where I've got a bunch of... Oh, I did have a bunch of sand over here. Huh. I might not have any sand over here anymore, in which case we need to go back to base and grab some sand, because yes, it looks like I don't have any sand over here at all. Well, that's not a bad thing, because I need to go back to my base anyway in order to get other things that we're going to need for our adventure in the nether. And the first thing I'm going to need to get is not actually at my base, but it is close by. It's at the villager area that we spent pretty much the entire last episode at, because there's another thing you can use to explode the nether to pieces, and it's not end crystals, peeps. It is, of course, beds. Now, I don't subscribe to the idea of bed blasting in the nether. I know a lot of people live by it, and they think it's the best thing in the world, and how could you possibly do anything else? But, as you can see, beds don't stack very well in your inventory, which means you need a lot of shulker boxes, and yeah, it's not the best method in my opinion. Also, it also depends on, you know, you've got to be good at running away before getting blown up, and TNT allows you to run away, whereas beds don't. So with beds, you need to have strategically placed obsidian, which is fine, but obsidian is slow to mine once you've placed it to move on to do your next bed. The other thing we're going to need a whole bunch of is fire resistance potions, because obviously the nether is full of lava, and when you start exploding bits of it, even low down in the world, you can soon find yourself absolutely drenched with lava. So we've got a little bit of sand there. I was hoping one of these might be able to be a spare shulker box, and I think if I just chuck all of these beds onto the floor for a second, I can probably reorganize these shulker boxes a little bit in order to free one up, so that we can use that for our latest expedition. So let's throw all of that junk in there. Let's throw some of that in there. Let's grab those saddles like that and throw those into there. Pick up those beds, put all of those beds into this shulker box here, and then that'll allow us to go back and get a bunch of the other beds that we've just left as well. Let's grab that sand out of there. Have we got any sand in there? I haven't, but if I take this smooth basalt out of there as well, that's another shulker box that we can use, and we can put all of this basalt in here where the rest of our basalt is. Now, if I come over to here, I should be able to craft not many TNT at all. Jeez, that's very expensive. Very expensive. Right, where's all my sand at? There we go, we've got a bunch of sand here, so let's grab a whole bunch more sand there. Let's craft a whole bunch more TNT, and that is it. We're going to get a stack and 51 pieces from all of that gunpowder that I brought with me. But that should be plenty. That's a lot of TNT for blowing up the nether. So I don't need any more than that. So now what we need to do is go back to grab the rest of those beds, and then go and... Oh, yeah. Potions. Do I actually have any fire resistance potions? If I don't, the good news is that my piglin... Oh, there's more gunpowder there. So, should we spend another box worth of gunpowder and make even more? Or another few stacks worth at least? Why not? Let's go crazy. Let's have absolutely tons and tons and tons of TNT. We won't use it all. It'll take us forever to use all that unless we just make like full lines of it, which is what I'm not going to do that. But yeah, we've now got 3 stacks and 38 TNT, which is going to be more than enough for today's incredible endeavors. Right. What did I want? I wanted something. I wanted something, and I can't remember what it is now. But looking in the chests might remind me. No. I tell you what would be useful to have. A bunch of blocks. Blocks, particularly these type, because they're more blast resistant. So deep slate blocks with us will be an advantage. Let's go get the rest of those beds. We're going to need some obsidian, which I've got in my ender chest. We're also going to need a flint and steel for lighting the TNT, although we could use a redstone torch or something like that and save ourselves a little bit of iron and flint, because obviously redstone torches won't lose durability. But flint and steel allows you to just be a little bit swifter with your escape. So, and the wandering trader is here, and he's brought a llama with him. Hello, sir. Oh, you died. What a shame. My bad. Sorry about that, sir. I just came up behind you nice and quietly without making a sound and chopped you to bits by accident. Honestly, sir, it was an accident. Would I do that to you? I don't think I would. Right, there's too many beds in here just for one shulker box. So, let's fill this one up as well. With all of these beds. We have so many beds, peeps. It's going to be bedlam. You get it? Bedlam, because it's full of beds. Bedlam? No? Okay, fine. Right, you lot can stay in there. I'm not bothered about taking that with that. Don't need a crafting table. So yeah, all we need now then is some way of lighting this stuff and a piece of obsidian. So I'm just going to hop into here with my villagers again. Go in here. Grab that box, and in this box I've got some flint and steel, and in this box I've got a little bit of obsidian, and that should allow us to be reasonably safe. Now, the other thing we're going to end up with tons of is netherrack, gravel, nether gold ore, geez, that's the word I'm looking for, and all of the other things that we don't really want. So we're probably going to end up with an inventory full of stuff, but by the time we got through a few beds, that shouldn't be a problem for us anymore. So let's go through the magic door that goes from 2 to 3. Let's say hello to my robot. And let's go into the nether and find a good place to start smashing it all to bits. How hard could it be, peeps? Oh, fire resistance potions. But don't worry, because just through this nether portal, on the other side as we go through, eventually, there we go, we will find ourselves surrounded by a group of piglins who have been here working hard for me in order to get us stuff. Now, I'm going to put this gold helmet on so I don't end up upsetting anybody that we happen to run into. And I'm going to search through these chests for fire resistance potions, and then remember that in the last video, I actually came and collected them all. So, in that case, oh, there's a bunch here. This is fine. We got a bunch there. So we now have fire resistance. We've got blocks. We've got obsidian. We've got explosive materials. Realistically, what more do we need? And the answer, peeps, is nothing. Well, there probably is something. I've probably forgotten. Forgotten not to throw my pickaxe on the floor. So now what I'm going to do, go down these stairs here towards our bastion. And I think I'm just going to dig down to the very, very bottom of where the bastion is and start blasting the nether to pieces. How hard could it be? Now, technically, I am in Truly Bedrock members area at this point in the nether, but I don't believe anyone's done anything significant in the nether, so it should be all right. Right, make sure that fire resistance on my hotbar, which it is. Let's dig a staircase next to this staircase I've already got, apparently. Apparently, there's already one here. Huh, how convenient. Excellent. Right. Down to the bottom of the nether then. And we want to be, I guess, I think if I remember correctly, it's around about Y11 for the most chance of ancient debris. However, I might have just made that up. But it's quite low down. Although you can get ancient debris at any level in the nether, it seems to be more prevalent. Or is it Y15? Y15 feels right. Yeah, I think it's Y15. So let's get down to there, which is this point here exactly. Let's make ourselves a little bit of a base to put some stuff in. And then we'll just dig a big old tunnel in that direction over there. Plant the stuff and... Oh, jeez, there's already holes everywhere. Of course there is. And see how we get on. What could go wrong, peeps? What could go wrong? So first of all, we're going to pop down our ender chest. Somehow, if I can click on it correctly. There we go. We're going to pop down our shulker boxes, like so. No, you've gone the wrong way up, mate. That's just going to make life awkward. We're going to go in here, and we're going to grab a normal chest for putting in all of the junk that we're going to end up collecting. Just like that. There we go. We're going to put some of the junk that we've already collected into the chest that we're collecting stuff with. I don't need all of those fire resistance potions on me right now, but at least one would be good. Then we're going to grab ourselves, I guess, a bunch of beds and see how we get on here. This could be dangerous, but it also could be very useful. So let's dig a little bit away from where we started this our base, because we don't want all that blowing up. And let's put the bed down, I guess, here. And I think, if I'm correct, although I'm probably not, you just need a piece of obsidian there and then click on the bed, and I think then you're safe. But this, I might be totally wrong. And if I get this wrong, I could end up losing all my stuff. So do you know what? Do you know what? For safety reasons, I'm going to take off all of the stuff that I've used. In fact, I'm going to keep that helmet on because it's blast protection. And I'm going to put all of this stuff in here and just make sure I get this right first, because I haven't bothered to check or look at anyone else's videos before doing this. I'm just doing it from memory. And I think, there we go. We didn't take much damage. The bed exploded. Our obsidian is still there. So yes, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. It is indeed. Yes, that's the way to do it. Good. Right, in that case, let's put all of our armor back on. Let's grab our tools and equipment again and all of the beds and stuff that we need. Let's sort our inventory out a little bit. And let's go and blow up some more beds. Oh, and don't forget, I need the fire resistance. That is the most important thing, because look, we've already managed to fill up this entire room with lava. We didn't even do hardly anything at all, and we're already absolutely surrounded by lava. Great. I want my obsidian back, but I don't want it to go into the lava, so let's put a block into that there, get rid of that lava. Let's break the obsidian. Hopefully it'll go back into my inventory. It did. And let's carry on. See, the other problem with bed explosions is the fire. It's a lot of fire when it comes to bed blasting, whereas again with TNT, you don't get fire, which, I mean, for a person like me who doesn't like fire, is quite a significant advantage. Right, okay, bit of netherrack there and there. Let's just make that easier to get into. And let's crouch and click. Not letting me do it now. There we go. Apparently you can't do it while you're crouching, but look, I'm already in fire. Ow. And there's more lava everywhere. But I have ow, more fire, ow. I have spotted already a piece of ancient debris that's over there near all of that lava that's pouring down. So this isn't, I'm on fire again. Probably a particularly fast way of mining ancient debris, I would say. Now, I know people disagree with me, but I genuinely believe the fastest way to get ancient debris is to just use your haste pickaxe, or your efficiency pickaxe, sorry, and yeah, maybe even haste with a beacon, and just mine. And that's what I've always done, but it does end up being quite a slow process in order to get a reasonable amount of ancient debris. But I think this will as well, considering we're having to stop every 10 seconds in order to, get through to the next area. So it's perhaps not the best. We're not leaving ourselves a great deal of gap in between. Oh no, sorry, we're not actually. Yeah, we're leaving all of these blocks in between each one. So we need to be a little bit more, a little bit more less, if you know what I mean. A little bit more less. Yeah, like start over here a bit more, so we can actually blast through the wall rather than through there, which kind of seems a bit pointless, really, because then we're just not really helping ourselves uncover much area. Okay, put the bed down. Get one of those there. And then click on the bed. Blow it up. Be surrounded by many fire. I mean, I'm not taking much damage, which is nice. My helmet's almost dead, the one I borrowed from the piglins. But we have uncovered some more ancient debris. I can't deny we are uncovering ancient debris. This is actually working, I guess. So I guess we'll just have to keep going through these beds for a while and see how far we get. The other thing it's difficult is because you end up below, like a lot of mess below the bed, which I guess is a good thing in terms of the range of the explosion is good, allowing you to potentially uncover more ancient debris, but it's also a bit of a pain having to sort of bring everything back up again each time. Let's click on the bed. fall down, put out all of the fire, watch out for the lava that's now yet again pouring down from the ceiling. Maybe take a drink, have something to eat, go and grab a sandwich maybe. That might help. I don't think it would. Yeah. It's an enjoyable experience. Honest. I really like it. Bed blasting. It's going well. Let's do another one. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, jeez, fire and lava. Fire and lava. Many of it. Oh, jeez. Escape. Run away. Oh, jeez. That's not where I want to place you, is it? I want to place you there. There you go. Thank you, block. Get my obsidian back. Break that. Break that one. I swear there was more ancient debris that I uncovered, but it doesn't look like there is. A little inconsistent with the explosions here. I'm sure a lot of you, or some of you, will maybe be putting in the comments that I'm doing this totally wrong, and there's a more efficient and better way of doing it, in which case, let me know. Tell me all about it. Put a thing in the comments telling me how badly I'm doing it, and I should go and watch so-and-so's video and do it right, because clearly, I don't know. Clearly, I don't know. But what I do know is this feels dangerous. Feels very dangerous. Because it is. But we are uncovering a reasonable amount of the nether, so I can't deny that from that point of view, we are progressing through the nether. I guess. Alright, another bed, another piece of obsidian, another explosion, more fire. You took the fire resistance, you wouldn't keep setting on fire. I know, but I like to save it for when I'm really on fire, like when I'm in lava. It's not even that much of a cheap way of doing it, really, this either, because it is costing you quite a lot of wool. And if you've got a wool farm, that's great. I don't have a wool farm, but it is fortunate that I have a whole bunch of spare beds from all of the villager trading and stuff that I did. So it could be a lot worse. Yeah, it doesn't go through blackstone either. So when you come across a big piece of blackstone like that, you kind of need to dig your way through it. But we have uncovered another piece of ancient debris. So all of a sudden, we're now up to 4. We're like, what, 6 beds in, and we got 4 pieces of ancient debris. It's not bad. It's not bad. But I think TNT is a better way of doing it, to be honest with you. Let me just try something. See, what I would do with TNT is I would dig a big tunnel first, and then I would place TNT at points down that tunnel and then go back to it. Bit by bit. But I haven't done that with the beds. I'm just placing them all in one bit and then moving forward and then placing another one. So let's just dig a big old tunnel. Do what I would do with the TNT with the beds instead. And then see if that's actually a more useful way of doing this, because at this moment in time I don't think it is. I think it's a slow and painful process. I don't feel like it's particularly efficient with how cheap TNT is if you've got a mob farm. But do beds uncover more area than TNT does? I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Now, you could argue that end crystals are really easy to make as well, which technically they are. However, the problem with making end crystals is that they require a lot of gas tiers. So again, unless you've got a ghast farm, which I don't have, then you're not going to have many of those. But if you have got a ghast farm, then that's probably a good way of doing it. And the other good thing about that is you can stand back and shoot them with a bow, which I guess you could do with TNT and a flame bow. But yeah, I think there's lots of... I mean, you could even just use like snowballs or something to throw an end crystal, maybe. I think that sets off end crystals, snowballs, whatever. You could do it that way. Right, so let's go all the way down this tunnel here to 600 on the Z. And we'll start with our first bed there, and we'll see how we get on. And we're nearly there. We've got a lot of blackstone to go through here again. But there we go. We are there. 600. So let's make a block there. Put our bed down. Have something to eat. Stand back. I suppose what I could do, rather than falling off each time, is just put 2 pieces of obsidian down and then click Yeah, at least that's going to help me stay where I am. And then we could just come back through and do the next bed and do it like this. This might be a little bit more of an efficient way of doing it rather than trying to do it all at once. But I haven't got much obsidian, so it could also take quite a lot of time. We'll see. We'll see. We will develop a system. I also don't know what the best spacing for the beds is either. So, you know, there's lots of ways you could probably make this a little bit more efficient than I am doing. And this is certainly a lot quicker way of doing things, but then I am going to have to go through and douse all the fire, deal with all the lava, and hopefully, you know, grab the stuff that I need. Hopefully, uncovering many, many ancient debris. That's the plan at least. Let's pop another bed down here. Another piece of obsidian, another one in the floor. There we go. You do hardly take any damage, so it's got that going for it. And there we go. Look, we've just covered a whole bunch of ancient debris there. So this isn't too bad. Lava aside, it's not too bad. And it's, I mean, the lava's, that's one thing. The fire, I think that's the biggest problem. With fire resistance, it's not a problem, fire obviously, but it does make actually seeing and looking around what you're looking for quite difficult because it covers up blocks. So there could be ancient debris underneath any one of these fires, but I wouldn't know because it's got fire on it. So now that we've given that a bit of a... In fact, you know what? I'm going to just do the rest of this line with the rest of the beds that we've got, and then we'll go on to doing TNT once we've got rid of all of the beds. That seems like a sensible thing to do. Right, let's get rid of all of this fire. Grab our TNT back. Not TNT, obsidian. Jeez, I'm mixing up my words today, peeps. A lot of different blocks and things going on here. There we go, next bit of obsidian, thank you very much. And the next one. Yeah, so this is, of course, obviously the other problem with this is mining the obsidian back is quite slow because it's slow to mine obsidian. So there's a lot of things doing it this way that do make things very slow. So, oh, lava underneath me. Did we get any in here? Doesn't look like it unless there's some under the lava. Did we get any in here? No. Any in here? Doesn't look like it. I may well be missing some. Let me know in the comments if I am. And then there's just this whole bunch in here. So what was that? Like 4 beds. And we got 3 pieces of ancient debris. Which isn't bad. I'm not complaining. That's 3 more than we had a minute ago. I feel like we can do it better. Alright, last piece of obsidian. Go back down the tunnel a little bit. We're nearly out of this stack of beds, but we've got a load more in the thingy, so we'll go grab all of those in a minute. One of those there, one of those there. Click on the bed. Oh, and look, more ancient debris. It's working, peeps. It's working. And the good thing about the lava is it puts the fire out, as daft as that sounds. But I do not want this ancient debris going in the lava, although technically it's fireproof. And then I'd have to go in and get it. There we go. Nice. Yeah, well, that's that piece of obsidian gone. Never to... Why are you popping off that way? Never to be seen again. Right, let's go dump all of this junk, grab some more beds, and carry on doing that. It worked out very well. And what I'm going to do while I'm here is just dig out the row above me as well. Might as well make this tunnel a little bit bigger, and we might uncover things that way as well. Wonderful. Right, I've been back and I collected the other shulker box worth of beds, and now I'm heading back to where we did the bed blast in. And now we're going to do the rest of the beds. How hard could it be? What could possibly go wrong? We've only got 27 beds to go. This will take no time at all. There we go. Explode 1. Let's just move back a bit. There we go. In fact, you know what? Let's just grab the obsidian before we do the next one, seeing so it's just there. Might as well. Please don't go into the fire. There we go. And we'll come back to look for ancient debris afterwards. Bed there. Piece of obsidian. Bed there. Is that actually next to it? It is, I think. There we go. Smash that one. Grab that one. Now, are we... Actually, no. We should look for the ancient debris before we move on. Otherwise, I'll forget which rooms we've been in. Doesn't look like we uncovered any in either of those rooms. But again, there could be some under the fire. But it's unlikely. Okay. Let's move on. Come back a little bit more. Do another one. I think we need to do these a bit closer together because we're starting to get gaps between the hallways again. We want this just one big long hallway, ideally. Smash that. Break this. Look out for the lava. Put some obsidian, not obsidian, netherrack. Jeez, words. Put that fire out. Get the obsidian back. Go back through the tunnel. Little bit more. Put another bed down. More obsidian. Here we go. Next one. Boom. Ooh, we got some XP. We must have broken some quartz there. No, none in that one either. Okay, fair enough. Well, we're not going to win every time. So I think the way to do this then is to come about 4 blocks back from where you put the last piece of obsidian and then put the next bed down. Otherwise, you end up not quite getting everything uncovered. Oh, that was the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, and then you don't get the hallways combining. Do you know what I mean? The way it all comes together. Jeez. Words. Please give me the obsidian back. Thank you. Next bed. Just there. Explode. More lava. No engine debris. Okay, I've nearly gone through all the beds and I have discovered that you don't actually need to use obsidian at all, but if you don't want to fall down behind it, if you want to stay stood upright, then it's best to put a piece of obsidian under your feet, but just a block in front of the bed's enough to protect you. The problem with that is the piece of obsidian you're on can end up setting on fire and then you're stood in fire, so you do need to move pretty quickly or take fire resistance potions. But yeah, I don't actually need to use as much obsidian as I have been using, which is good. But yeah, this isn't doing too bad. I have found another 5 pieces of ancient debris doing this, but it's not quite as much as I would have liked. But yeah, as you can see, we have many destruction going on around here. And I've got a bunch of ancient debris, which is enough for three ingots, which is pretty much all I need, really. But it'd be nice to have more. So let's keep going. We're nearly back at this section here. So let's put a piece of that there, a piece of one of those there, and then blow that up. See, yeah, so now the block I'm on's on fire, which is not ideal. So maybe instead of using obsidian, you could use a relatively blast-resistant slab like cobblestone or something like that. Oh dear. It's server restart time. Yeah, and then it's not going to set on fire, but then it's also probably going to get deleted. Right, so back in our little hidey hole, I do have 3 beds left, but we've kind of got to the end of where we can get to with that, so there's not really a great deal of point in carrying on with those, so now it's time to try the TNT and see if we get any more. So let's just put a scoreboard up here. 1 bed, well, not 1 bed, a whole shulker box plus 9, what, how many? We had loads of beds, didn't we? We had 27... 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, but we only use that. So 38 beds is 14 ancient debris. Let's see how much we get with TNT. So with the TNT, we're not going to need the obsidian at all. We are going to need fire resistance, and I'm probably not going to need all that much of it realistically. And someone's having a go at shooting me. It's you. Hello. I can hear you. You're shooting your little arrows into the wall there. What a good job you did, Mr. Skeleton. But now I can't get back up there to my little hidey place. How cheeky of you. All right, let's put those there. Stop him getting back up. Let's take some blocks with us. Let's put that bone and those in there. And let's go light some TNT. So it's kind of pointless going back in that direction, seeing as though we've already destructed so much. So let's go all the way down to 0 in this direction and start placing some TNT down there. Now, obviously, with the TNT, it's going to require a completely different spacing to the beds. I assume the blast radiuses will be about the same. I'm hoping that there's not going to be any fire to be dealing with, but obviously there still will be lava and stuff like that. But this should be a quicker and smoother experience that realistically should wield the same results in terms of numbers of TNT we're actually going to be getting. So let's, go a long way down here. Let's go past all of these dangerous areas. We don't want to be stuck in basalt deltas. We're obviously going to be coming through here as we blast our way back from where we are. But right now, we don't want to be on that level. It'd be easier if we're all on the same level the whole way down. That makes sense to me. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Jeez. Just make myself a little wallway. A wallway? A walkway. That's what I mean. There we go. And maybe we don't need to go... Whoa, jeez. Fire. Maybe we don't need to go down to 0. Maybe we don't need to go 300 blocks. Maybe 200 blocks would be plenty, because otherwise we're going to be mining for ages. Well, I just had to drink my fire resistance potion. I was just, you know, casually just mining down here all the way to 0, even though I said I wouldn't, and fire came and landed on my head. So I've got a few minutes of that. I don't need to worry about it too much right now. We'll come all the way down to 0, just there. We'll plop down our first piece of TNT. We'll light it, and we'll run away and see what happens. It exploded. What did you think was going to happen? Look, no fire, but ancient debris. It's working already, don't you see? The TNT, it's just for me. Because no one else has any. And me. Oh, there's more ancient debris there. Oh, this is a good start. It's a good start. So we need 41 pieces of TNT. Is that going to be the same as having 41 beds? It doesn't feel like the blast radius is quite as big, but let's try that. If I put that there, that's the same place as I would have put the next bed. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we're probably going to need them a little bit closer together than we needed the beds. So perhaps the blast radius isn't quite as big, which surprises me. I think it is. I think it's probably just the terrain that we're hitting here that's making it a little bit different. But there we go. There's another one gone off. Let's go back a couple more blocks and place another one. Oh, this is decidedly quicker than doing the beds. And I don't have to muck about with the stupid obsidian or anything. I can just plump it down, give it a light, and off we go. Yeah, you can put them breaking on your flint and steel. Yes, you can. Yep. There we go. First thing we need to worry about is the lava, but no fire to deal with, so this is good news. All right, next piece of TNT. There we go. Yeah, it does feel like the blast radius is a little bit smaller than the beds. Not going to lie. But I do like the fact that there's no fire. And it's a lot quicker. It's substantially quicker. And look, more ancient debris. And I don't have to, like, not see it because it's hidden by all of the fire. Yeah, I think I definitely prefer TNT to beds. 100%. It's not even close. It's just such a faff dealing with the beds, especially for the fact that they don't stack in your inventory. Whereas this, I just place the TNT, light it, walk back, check around, make sure everything's all right. It is. Look for TNT, ancient debris. There isn't any. Light another one. This is loads better. Yeah, what a much better way of doing things. TNT mining the Nether is the future. Now, if you was clever enough, you could make a tunnel bore, TNT tunnel bore, and that would be even better. But I'm not clever enough to do that. That relies on Bedrock Edition flying machines, and Bedrock Edition flying machines, as we've discovered recently in my videos, are not very good. So with this one piece of TNT, I will have placed and lit the same number of TNT as I did beds. And the results speak for themselves, peeps. I have 9 pieces of ancient debris. Now, that doesn't mean that beds are better because I got effectively a few pieces more. I mean, I think I got 14 pieces with the beds because obviously there's the randomness of the ancient debris generation, so it's very difficult to know. But looking down that tunnel and the absolute speed at which I did that and the lack of inventory wasted space because of all of the beds being there, it's just a much more pleasant experience doing it with TNT. The other thing is, I can come back down here very easily to check if I missed anything, which is great. The downside to it is, you get a lot of things spawning in it because it's not full of fire. But you can deal with those things because they're not a big problem. But yeah, I've done all of this with TNT, no fire. There was hardly any lava. It was much easier to deal with because I wasn't setting myself on fire going into the fire to put the lava out. I definitely recommend it. But I have one more plan. One more plan that you can't do with beds that you could only do with TNT that could be even better, but it would require you having a substantially big mob farm, and a lot of sand. And that, of course, is to use all of this TNT in a big long line and just set it all off. What could go wrong? How hard could it be? Let's do this. Let's just put a whole stack of TNT down, light the whole lot, and see what happens. Nothing could go wrong. This is fine. Will we get many ancient debris from it, though? That's the question. Off we go. Have fun, TNT. Go, splody bye-byes. There we go. It's going off. There's lava. Oh, I didn't make it. Okay. It's a big room, though. It's a very big room. Let's hop up here. Let's put some of this lava out. Which is difficult because it's quite high up. There we go. That's one piece. Jeez. That was quite a big explosion. Oh, and we did get some ancient debris from it. I was going to say no ancient debris at all, but we did. I can't believe it didn't keep going, though. I guess the netherrack's just so soft that it didn't really have an opportunity to break through. Yeah, that's that one gone. Just one more. Oh, no, there's two more lava towers to deal with. This one here. There we go, that's that one. And then just this one here, which I need to get over here to deal with, I guess. So I can pull blocks away from the wall. Yeah, can't reach. Oh, jeez. Can't be leaving lava towers about, peeps. It just won't do. Here we go. You are no match for me, lava. I will get you. There we go. Excellent. Back to where we were. Yeah, this is perhaps not a particular... Really? Really? Broke my TNT? How have I broke my TNT? There we go. It's more like it. Yeah, not a particularly efficient way of doing things because it's a bit of a mess. Quite hard getting around after it's all gone off, but there we go. That was a lot more effective. It's all gone off. I can see there's definitely more ancient debris down there. And, whoa, jeez, there's a lot of mess. There's a lot of mess. Yeah. It was fun though, wasn't it? Right? That's loads more fun than bed blasting. Just doing big old lines of TNT. So yeah, if you're TNT rich, then you can do that as well. Go, let's get rid of that one. Go down here. Get rid of this one. You can. There we go. More ancient debris there. Just hiding in the walls. So I don't think doing a full line of it was quite as effective in terms of how much ancient debris we got as doing the bed blasting, because we didn't uncover nearly anywhere near as much in terms of the length of the tunnel, but vertically we covered quite a lot of space. Which is an advantage, potentially. There we go. That's all of the lava gone. Doesn't look like I've missed any. I may well have done. There could well be some hiding behind all of the blocks, but we've done good. We got a lot of stuff. And I think just to finish this all off, just to round it all off, we'll just put a whole bunch more of this down here, like this, all the way back here. Hopefully it's not going to come all the way into our little room. It's not. We're fine. And we'll like that. And see if we can get a last few pieces of ancient debris. There we go. Many. Jeez. Oh, there's a stride has just appeared on that one as well. Okay, let's go through. Put out the lava. See if there's any more ancient debris. Right, we started about here, didn't we? Don't want to look at that Enderman. Be quite careful here. No, none there. Okay. Any up here? No, doesn't appear to be. Doesn't look like we got any at all from that. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. Could be worse. We got a decent amount altogether. That's the main thing. Just a little bit too small. There we go. That's that dealt with. This is going to go above it, isn't it? It's not going to help. Oh, jeez. Okay, fine. Nope. There. Well. Oh no, I've looked at the Enderman. Now I'm on fire. Oh jeez, this is not good. I do not want to die from Enderman here next to this lava. No thank you, Enderman. No thank you. Yeah, you keep being on fire. Why did you look at me? I didn't look at you. Why did you look at me? Hey? Shoo. Go away. Go away. Thank you. Jeez. Can't have anything round here. Okay, so, yeah, no more ancient debris around here, sadly, by the looks of things, and I've just taken away those Striders lava. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, there's one more piece. One more piece here in the wall, and often one more piece can be two or three more pieces if you dig it out around it. It's not. Okay, right, let's go count up how much ancient debris we got for all of these explosions and see if we're ancient debris rich now, and also maybe try and find the way back to where I started. It should be here. Where's my tunnel? Oh, it's above me. Thought I'd blown up my stuff. Jeez. Okay, let's look in the chest. Dump as much of this junk as we can. We got way too much junk, guys. And let's have a look. What do we get? So for TNT, for beds, we got 14. For TNT, we got 13. Yes, okay, we used a lot more TNT than we did beds, but it was way more fun. And that means we now have plenty of TNT to be, not TNT, of ancient debris to be getting on with fixing our stuff. Jeez. And back home, I have smelted all of the netherite I had on me, which means I've now got 29 pieces of scrap, which means I can now make 7 ingots. Chewing through the most of my gold again. I'm almost completely out of gold, which is fine. But that means we've now got 7 netherite ingots, which means I can now sort out my axe and my shovel and have some spares as well. So let's close those shulker boxes, put them away nice and safely so that I don't lose them. Ideally in the right order, so I know where they are next time I go in. Let's quickly go down here, open up these gates, go down the stairs towards this end where I put my enchanting room a couple of live streams ago. And in here I have my smithing table, so now I can do that and get myself a netherite axe and that, and have a netherite shovel, and know that I got spares for next time when I'm an idiot and I take on the wither. Jeez, finally 2 episodes to get back on track, but we learned something today, peeps. Ancient debris mining can be fun, but don't use beds because it's stupid. Right, anyway, on that note, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.